Saturday was our lone Sunbelt game for the week, and we traveled to Louisiana, Monroe, and got off to a poor start. Defensively, we were prepared for Smith and Ertl, but didn't execute. And they came out and hit, I believe, 13 of the first 20 shots. Got off to a great start. We helped them a little bit by taking a couple of ill-advised shots and also a couple of turnovers. So dug ourselves a hole, came back. I thought the last 4 minutes of the first half we outplayed them. And besides 2 threes there, I think we outscored them maybe 14-6 in the half. And they hit 2 threes that hurt us. Got the first bucket of the second half, and then we started playing a little bit better. Jaqueline had another 30-point game and commanded a double team, which enabled PJ and some of our other guys to get some shots open with their feet down that they were able to knock in. PJ hit some big threes for us in the second half. We started whittling away at the lead. We had them in foul trouble. Jaqueline fouled out both interior players for them. And we had 4 on Ertl with 7:59 to go, and we tried to get him out of the game and couldn't. And felt like that was a big key to the basketball game. He also hit a huge shot. We got it within 3 with 2:15 to go, and he hits a big 3 on the other end. It seemed like every time they needed a big shot, he would answer with a big 3 or a big 2. And Marcus got fouled. He split free throws, and we fouled Smith, and he went in, and like he always does, he was 13 for 13, and he made his free throws. And that kept it a 2-possession game, and at the end with, a second to go, we felt like there was a potential for a push-off on them that would have put Marcus at the free throw line to tie the basketball game. But the call went in the other way, and Smith went down and made his 12th and 13th of the game. He and Ertl both shoot 94% from the free throw line. They're 1 and 2 in the league, and they made them. So there wasn't much we could do down the stretch, but certainly glad of the way the guys battled. You know, our guys being shorthanded, especially at the guard spot, our guys are playing very hard. They're trying hard, and we'll go back to work tomorrow in preparation for South Alabama on Thursday night.
Okay, we'll open for questions. With Hardy, the difference between when he's hot and when he's not, is it just a typical shooter's thing? Is it being more open versus less? Is it mechanical? Is it confidence? Is it a combination of everything?
I think it's a combination of all the above, Tim. When he has his feet down, he shoots the ball well. He rushes a little bit, and he did that earlier in the year. And since he's settled in and played more and started the last 3 games, he's shot the ball with confidence. And his mechanics are good. It's his feet that get him in trouble. He just gets a little anxious and will shoot it too quick without having a good foundation on the floor. But he's shooting the ball with confidence, and when they go in, it certainly helps the next one. But he's hit some big shots for us. If you go back to the Southeastern Louisiana game, he had a huge 3 that gave us a lead in the second half, and he got us to win a basket the other night. He had a couple of big ones. One that gave us the lead back at Georgia Southern last week. So he was better defensively this week, too. It was his best defensive game and rebounding game in a few.
Do you feel like the way that your team, you talked about at the end of the first half, that you kind of outplayed them, and then in the second half, you waited to stage the comeback. Do you feel like that's something that you could carry over to this week against the Alabama team?
Yeah, absolutely. The way we finished the first half and then the game, we certainly outplayed them and had them on their heels. So we had a couple of guys that didn't play the way they've been playing. It's Jerikas Davis and Justin Miller, and we certainly needed those guys to step up and give us something, and wasn't their best day. So with all that said, we feel like we can build off what we did. Our defense was good in the second half, for the most part, but they did hit a couple of shots and when they needed them.
Do you feel like you guys have found your just identity without some of the guys you're missing, just found a way to just defensively get stops and also score?
Certainly are getting more accustomed to life without Malik, and it's been life without Trajan the last several games, and that's hurt us. When you don't have a full complement of players, and you're going to play what we felt like was our toughest road swing of the year. It's the only time we played 3 games in a row away from home, and we're playing at the first, second, and fourth place team. And we almost got 2 out of 3, so you have to feel good about that. And we just need to keep building. Hopefully we'll get Trajan back here soon, and try to continue to play together and settle into our roles. Certainly Jacqueline has taken the lead and done a tremendous job with those guys out.
How impressive is it what Jacqueline is doing, knowing that it's got to be the first option that the teams are keying on?
Yeah, they're trying to take him out every time, Dave. And as I said, he commands a double team when he gets the ball in the low post. Now, the nice thing with Jacqueline is that he's very versatile. And if you want to look at a poor man, Anthony Davis, I mean, he scores threes. He can dunk the ball. He's short jumpers, free throws. He's scoring every way imaginable. So he's not always at the low block for the double team. But he's done a tremendous job for us and really offensive rebounding the ball well. And so this has been a big conference start for him, and I'm anxious to see how he continues to play.
What does South Alabama present to you?
Well, they got a new coach. From the games that I've seen so far, they're playing the same rotation they played last year, basically. And Josh Hajaz, their best inside guy, he looks like he's in a little bit better shape than he was a year ago. He's averaging, I believe, in conference play right at 18 and 8. And then Trey Mitchell, been really impressed with him, was the last couple of years, but he's stepping into his own, and he's averaging, I think, right at 17 and 9 maybe in conference games. So good athlete. Those 2 guys have played well. Sykes is an all-conference performer preseason that can really shoot the ball, and Petway has played good for him. Herb McGee from Riverside here in Louisiana is a guy that's played well for him. He had a big game the other night. So we know what to expect from those guys, and we need to make sure that we're ready to play from the start.
I know you guys have focused on that game, but what's just your scouting report on Troy as well?
Just have seen them a couple times on tape. Our assistant coaches have more info on those guys, but certainly Sykes and or not Sykes, but Bernardo and Hicks are 2 outstanding interior players. I like both those guys and know that they're going to be a handful for us. Bernardo evidently hit a 3 at the 1 second to go to beat Georgia State on Saturday. I was told. I haven't seen that.
Have you ever had a player like him that's constantly putting up over 30 and is so versatile on the court?
No, and it says a lot about Jacqueline and what he's made of. Is certainly his character, his work ethic, and his focus has just been tremendous. And if you look at last year, he stepped into a really good team after sitting out a year and just kind of worked his way in. And his numbers dropped because he was ill the last couple of games, but I think he was at 13-6 and 6 rebounds or whatever. But we all knew he was capable more than that, and he's exceeded that this year certainly and stepped up. So to do it in 1 or 2 games is one thing, but and we talked about this last week. He's averaging 31 in conference. The overall stats to me are not important at all, and we put them first in the stats that you guys get. I don't even look at that. I look straight at the conference statistics and see who's playing well. And he's averaging 31, leading the league in scoring. He's leading the league in rebounding at 10. He's second field goal percentage at 61%. He's leading the league in block shots. I mean, he's doing everything he can do to help this team win. And really proud of him and, again, his focus, and hope he'll continue to do this. And I certainly think he's the best player in the league. I said last week he was the best player in Georgia, but I've talked to him for the last 18 months trying to help him prepare to be player of the year in this conference, and so far, in my opinion, it's not even close.
How much is Stroman kind of in the right frame of mind for this stretch run with the last, whatever it is, 12 games or so, 14 games?
Well, I believe he's in a good place, Tim. He has to continue to lead. I got on to him hard last week about taking care of the basketball and reminded him Saturday morning, and he has 12 assists and 1 turnover. And the turnover was a basket that he scored that they called traveling on. So pretty good assist to turnover ratio there. He's leading the league in assists and steals. He did miss a couple of free throws. He was at 86%. He's at 82%, which is an all-time high for him. Defensively, he has to continue to get better. He's asked to guard the best guard each night, like Malik was before he was injured. So he's important to what we're doing, and we need him to play at a high level.
Just what's the confidence boost of playing at home for you guys right now? What's that do for you guys this week, just to kind of get back where you want to be?
We're happy that we are at home, and we encourage our fans to come out. As I said before, our team's exciting. Jaqueline is worth the price of admission, as some of the players we've had in the past. But our team's played well. We play hard. Our guys are really trying hard, and we're glad to be back with the students back and look forward to a great crowd this weekend against South Alabama and Troy.
Okay, everybody good?
What are your thoughts on the Saints game last night?
I guess I was telling Scott earlier that there were some tweets by college basketball writers on Saturday evening and Sunday complaining about officiating in college basketball. So I guess it leaked over into football, because they were both games. There were calls that were hard to take in that type of game. And I had a friend of mine this morning text me, said, I'm sure that you can understand how Andy Reid and Sean Payton feel this morning, as well as the other 2 winning coaches. So the day after is just brutal in any sport when you lose and you have a great team. So I can imagine how those 2 guys feel today, because the calls definitely affected the game.
What else do you want from your bench just going forward this week, just to improve? I know we talked about that last week, so what else do you want from your bench?
Just to continue to be ready. R.J. Gladney has given us some energy off the bench. Jarikas will get going again. And if we can get Trajan back, that'll be huge for us. So Jeremy Hayes needs to contribute more. He didn't get much of an opportunity the other day, but he will. But just keep the energy up and be ready to play.
And then you always talk about shooting and defending the 3. Just in terms of the teams you play this week, is that more important this week than others?
Everybody can shoot the 3-pointer, and we need to win those games. And when we play, we need to win the 3-point game within the game. We did a good job at Monroe the other day. I want to say we were 10 for 23, and I think Monroe was 12 for 30, somewhere right in there. But we did a good job. I thought defending a really good 3-point shooting team the other day. So, but we need to be at our best and find those guys in transition and make sure that we contest all 3-point shots and limit them to 1 shot.